Are you learning to code right now? You want to become a programmer, a coder, a developer? Stop. Here are the things I regret and I wish someone had told me back then. I wasted 3 years of my life trying to learn programming the wrong way. I was jumping between languages, technologies, methodologies, and wondering why nothing was working. Looking back, now I see what exactly I was doing wrong. And in this video I will share the 5 biggest mistakes I made, so you can avoid wasting years like I did. A few words about myself. I have been into programming for about 8 years, but actually I have been working in industry for only 5 years. And you may ask, what about the first 3 years? It was a complete mess, it was a chaos. I was switching between everything that was possible. I had no idea what to do. I was jumping from language to language, from framework to framework, from technology to technology. It makes me feel productive, but actually I was moving nowhere. It seemed to me like I had a goal to become a programmer, a coder, but actually when you're trying to learn everything, you are doing nothing. Let's imagine a situation, you're trying to build a new house, and here's the thing, you are taking a new brick every day and you are going to place it somewhere. But every single day you are going to a different place. And what will be in the end of this year? It will be nothing. Same with the languages, same with the frameworks, it doesn't stack. I failed over 20 plus interviews before I landed my first position. And even then, the real learning was just beginning. At that first job interview, I was interviewed by 2 guys. And it wasn't in person, it wasn't online like nowadays. And they started me asking real basic questions. And I totally screwed it up after the second question, because I didn't understand anything beyond the surface level. And even after 20 interviews, I still wasn't ready. Alright, let's start with the first classic mistake. The shotgun approach, learning too many things at once. I was jumping between Python, C++, JavaScript, Java, basically anything I saw in a tutorial. And almost all of that happened within my first year. It felt like I was doing something important. I thought knowing more languages makes me more valuable. Spoiler, it didn't. What actually helps, pick one language, one stack, and stick with it for at least a year. Build 2 or 3 projects, even if they are super simple. That's much better foundation than watching hundreds of tutorials. Now let's talk about mistake number 2, my unhealthy addiction to tutorials. I call it watching tutorials like it's Netflix. I watched hours and hours of content. It felt productive, but when I actually started writing a code, I couldn't even type a single working line. I was watching tutorials and copying code into my editor line by line, but even doing that, I faced with exceptions, errors. I wasn't able to fix it because I didn't understand the logic behind the code. And my rule now, learn 30%, build 70%. Try to watch a short video guide, then close it. Don't code along, don't just copy. Try to rebuild the whole thing by yourself. Break stuff, that's how you learn. Next mistake, the perfection trap. Waiting for the perfect project, the perfect resume, the perfect step. I spent weeks thinking, what should my first project be? What's the most popular tech stack right now? Maybe I should wait until I know more? Spoiler again, the perfect project never came. If I could go back, I would build anything. I would do a weather app, a blog. It's totally fine to build an existing application. You are not building for an production, you are building to learn. What matters is, finish a few working features. Don't think about edge cases, don't think about perfect UI, perfect code. Just make sure it runs and gives some kind of value. And we are moving forward. This one almost cost me my first job, trying to figure everything out on my own. I thought I'd look impressive by solving tasks solo, but after 4 or 5 days of silence, my teammates started wondering if I was even working. And yeah, I was stuck. Best juniors ask smart questions early. Sometimes you ask and you realize that you don't even need to write a code because it's unnecessary or it's somewhere implemented already, or they could break something. So good communication saves you time, energy and reputation. Mistake number 5. Thinking programming is all about writing brilliant, clever code. Truth is, the job isn't about how many algorithms you know. It's about how you're solving business problems clearly, cooperatively and on time. Communication, clarifying goals, choosing simple solutions. That's what really matters. I have seen developers with 15 years of experience build overcomplicated nightmare just to show off. And on opposite side, I saw 2-3 years devs deliver clean, useful code that just works and fast. Don't confuse complexity with skill. You are not building a rocket, you are building a solution that people will use, so keep it simple and reliable. And what to do right now, nowadays, with the tools like Copilot, ChatGPT, it became much more easier than ever to copy-paste code. But along with that, it became much more harder to understand it. So if you are learning to code right now in 2025, you want to become a programmer, a coder, don't focus on collecting knowledge. Focus on building confidence through the practice and clarity. And what I do differently if I would be able to start it over? I would stop overthinking, start building. I would pick one language, one project, join a community, ask for help, and stop trying to look smarter. I would go into interviews more prepared, not because I watch more tutorials, but because I build things by myself. Tutorials and courses are great, but only when they lead to a practice, because the practice is where the real value is. If you are just starting out and you found this video useful for you, hit subscribe and write a comment below.